If somebody asked you what you thought that evil was, you would probably think of something like you see in a movie or whatever. And in all honesty, life is like a movie because the villains that we have in everyday life, they are the stars of their own show. And it's kind of not obvious who the villains, the bad guys are because they blend in and they look like normal people. And that's the way I teach my children. You know, it's not about, somebody's title or the role. And what you think is the obvious villain and the obvious bad guy is not often very obvious because they wear masks and not everybody can see through masks and they recognize when they see evil right in front of them. The way that most of us encounter something evil is that we encounter it in everyday life. Evil is when somebody lies on purpose. It's the betrayal that somebody disguises as a friendship. Evil is manipulation when you're smiling in somebody's face. It's the person who knows that they are causing harm and chooses to continue in that anyway. And a lot of times these people are inviting to the eyes, but very sickening to the soul. Evil doesn't show up as violence all the time. Sometimes it shows up as gossip, people committing humiliation rituals. Sometimes people systematically tear down others, like their confidence, and try to break their spirit until they no longer trust who they are in themselves. So, evil can be found in the most mundane of places, in your own household. Wherever you find people who stop seeing other people as human beings and see them as objects, that is a doorway to evil. People that they think that you can use like they're just an object they can control and exploit, just something that they can throw away after they have caused all kind of destruction and damage. And one of the most, I think, that one of the most dangerous things about evil is that it rarely recognizes itself as being evil. Evil justifies itself. People who are evil tell themselves that their actions were not that bad. They are committed to justifying the evil. They will say that people deserved it and tell themselves the lie that they are protecting themselves or that's just the way that they are. Their harm remains the same, but their conscience becomes quieter and quieter over time, and that's how evil grows and survives. Not only through intentional cruelty, but through denial. People's actions and the stories they tell about their actions to avoid accountability, smearing, and just that's evil. Sometimes evil is not even what someone does, it's what they do not do. It's when they watch and refuse to acknowledge something that they know is openly wrong. It's a lie that is perpetuated that everybody knows a lie. Evil is abuse that is covered up like it's nothing. It's injustice that is allowed to continue and no one speaks on it. That right there is the pure evil. And that's why the world that we live in today is so much, it's spiritual warfare. That's where we're at. And not a lot of people speak on it, or not enough people speak on it, but I do. Because people will not risk their comfort to speak up about what they know is a known atrocity. Their silence is permission to perpetuate evil. But the good news is that evil is not defeated only by people being grand and heroic. Every day someone stands up. Every day you as an ordinary person makes an extraordinary choice. We defeat evil. When you choose honesty, when deception could be easier, and when you are compassionate, when you could be cruel, that right there is how we spread the goodwill. You are brave and courageous when you speak instead of being in fear and staying silent. Choosing truth when everyone else is pretending. The battle between good and evil isn't happening, or it's happening somewhere far away when it's actually right here, right now. It's happening in conversations, in families, in workplaces, and it's happening within the depths of our own hearts. We were given a choice, and we are to choose if we will become a source of harm or become a source of healing for the other people around us. And those small choices, repeated time and time again, shape the world we live in slowly, but albeit it does shape the world. So I want to ask y'all a question on the way out. What do you think that evil looks like in everyday life? Leave a comment below, and I appreciate you guys and your time. I'll holler at y'all on the next go.